Hey guys, TJ here. I'm signing back on to the Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're starting Ace Attorney 2, Justice for All, after beating the last one in the last episode. Starting with episode 1, The Lost Turnabout, or Case 1. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. September 8th, 9:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. What? Why is that your ringtone, dude? What a nightmare. And I bet it was his ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off before a trial starts anyway. Huh. Looks like the hunt up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but it's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney. A few minutes later, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Ow. Did you have to do that? My head. It's throbbing. And why does it feel so foggy in there? Good morning! Hi, who are you? Good morning. What's wrong? You don't look well. People out there are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Roger that! Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong. What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble! What? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Life in my hands? You promised me! You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? Just when I thought all hope was lost. When all the other lawyers had laughed me off. Leave it to me, you've said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day. And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me. Ever! What is this girl babbling about? Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... Oh, I just noticed your name. Bird. What's wrong? You've been acting really strange and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir. Oh, sorry. I'm ready to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible! No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just... Well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes, I'm... Who am I? Why am I trying... Oh, great. Is this how they're going to force a tutorial? give him amnesia. He did get hit in the head pretty hard, it sounded like. The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately? The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay? Guess I must have amnesia. Let's see. What can I piece together? From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I'd prove her not guilty. Can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Someone please! Tell me this is just a bad dream. Do we have anything in the court records? Yes, we do. Besides the badge, the cell phone. Let's see. Dustin's autopsy report. Time of death, 9/6 at 6:28 p.m. Cause of death was a broken neck. Bottle? The body was also covered in bruises. And broken glasses found under the victim's body. Nearsighted lenses were found nearby. And this is the victim. Oh. They were dating. Maggie Bird. Ooh, uh-oh. This already doesn't sound that good. Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from? Ooh. September 8th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Are you like the tutorial prosecutor? Cause I think you were in the tutorial of the first game too. Oh, that's actually funny if that is just like your designated. If you happen to be if you end up in the third game during the tutorial, then yes, that's your purpose. What is it, Mr. Wright? Are you talking to me? Do you see any other defense attorneys here? I guess not. Now then, are you ready? I say yes, but he's probably saying no. I guess I should say yes for now. Are you ready, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Wait a sec. If her life is in my hands, I should really do the responsible thing. Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory's kind of... The court will not hear the defense's excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair but swift. I believe I've told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten. Actually, I have. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you are well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer. A policeman? You did what to a policeman? It wasn't me! And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that. Lovers like what then? Can you explain that? In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant. Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. It's been a while, Mr. Wright. You are the guy from the... He was the tutorial prosecutor from the first game. Oh my god. Again, if you end up as a tutorial prosecutor in the third game, that is your purpose, purely to teach the player how to play the game. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie. I'm less of a rookie than I was then, despite the amnesia. Okay. And who are you again? You know, honestly, even without the amnesia, I can see him saying that. The prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand. Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. You do not look like you want to be here, my man. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. You don't look very well, detective. Well, sir, the defendant... She works under me, so you... Oh, no! Oh! You work under that detective? Yes, sir! And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. Oh, this is so beyond awkward. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I'll never forget what he's done for me. Okay, calm down. I believe you. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters, Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. Yeesh. How far down is that? Did I only... The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. Okay. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. Okay. Yes. The autopsy report, correct? Why do I not remember getting a copy? I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented. The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. Crime photo 1. Okay, let me take a closer look at this photograph. I don't know. Something just feels off to me about it. Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, I guess. Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? Well, technically, no. It got a little unscrewed a bit from the impact. There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body. Sir? Have you lost your mind? No, just my memories. Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. Alright, sir. I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record. Court record? Yep. Info about evidence and people involved in the case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing tab or by just pushing the court record button because I'm using a mouse. Huh. You really know what you're talking about, don't you? It's too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Court is in session. Save your chit-chat for later. Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I better check the court record and see what I can find. What was it again? Alright, Mr. Wright, let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body? Glasses. That's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses. That's right. The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held onto them as he fell. Hey! What are you giving me the evil eye? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the crime scene are not mine, I swear, sir! You sure about that? Look, it was a coincidence on that same day I accidentally stepped on mine. A coincidence, she says. Ugh. Your Honor, I have further evidence to present. Oh, you have more? And this evidence is very decisive. Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence. And there's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. How, if the fall snapped his neck? I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name Maggie, sir. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit. This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor. Why, this is... Okay, hang on. Again, you said that the fall snapped his neck. How would he have been able to write Maggie's name if his neck was snapped from the fall? This makes no sense. There's already a contradiction. Yes, I can see her name is clearly written here. The prosecution would like to submit this picture. Understood. The court accepts it into evidence. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. The victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground? But I already told you, those glasses aren't mine! And how do you explain his dying message? It's a conspiracy! I'm not guilty, sir! Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all! Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces. Get in their faces and do what? I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time. Lie? But isn't that a detective your superior? Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Huh, like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. Doesn't matter! Either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as I can expose the lies, we should be alright. Alright, buddy. Let's do this. There's something even more incriminating than the glasses on the victim's body. About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client? The lenses are for nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kind of like the one she's wearing in her ID, pal. What should I do now? Hold it. Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have any more definitive proof? Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses? The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else. So what you're saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my client's. Something like that. What? I see. So there's no proof. Wow, that was amazing! I can totally feel it down in my gut. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area. Now, you're sure he was pushed and that's how he fell? Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else. Please continue with your testimony, detective. Anyway, the victim fell pretty far. But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. The culprit's name? Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but... Was the name of that... I don't like saying it, but it was clear the defendant's name Maggie, sir. Are you absolutely certain? It's clear as day, okay. Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. It's a picture of it. No matter which way you look, it still says Maggie. He's got a point. Hey, hold on! Huh? Don't harm me! I know the picture says Maggie, but... Now she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence! So that's what spying a contradiction feels like. I better check the court record again. hang on. Hang on. Broken neck. Damn it. And you're certain that it was the victim who wrote the name on the ground? There were scratches on his fingers from the rough sand. And there were grains of sand stuck under his pointer fingernail. Certainly seems that the name was written by the victim himself. That didn't go well. If the writer really was the victim himself, then we're in a lot of trouble. Don't give up! Keep up that fighting spirit! I'm glad you're all pumped up, but... I really want to see your special move, sir! My... what? You always look so cool when you present evidence! Present... evidence? It's enlighten me or... oh, that present evidence! Actually, I was just thinking about that. Yes! The great Phoenix Wright is back! Oh, that's right. Huh? I heard that lately you can present not only evidence, but people's profiles as well. Sure makes things a bit more complicated, so be careful, sir. People's profiles, huh? Alright, let's give this another try. Okay. Again, that broken neck. He said that the fall broke the neck. If the fall broke his neck, how the hell was he able to write the name? M-A-G-G-I-E. But her name is spelled with an E-Y. Why did it take me so long to notice this? Ooh, what is it? What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. And I yelled at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush! Detective Gumshoe. You talking to me, pal? Please state the defendant's name for me. Jesus. Objection! He sounded really pissed with that. What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright? You'll see, this is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer the defendant's name if you please. Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's name is, Maggie Bird. I think someone needs to check the court record. What? It says right here that it's Maggie Bird. Ah! It looks like the bird caught the cat napping. What's going on here? I have no idea, either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled M-A-G-G-E-Y. It's a blatant contradiction of facts. Oh. How about that? I hadn't even noticed. But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly. May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover? If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name. No! This is very true. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? Are you absolutely certain the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers? Yes, I'm quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force. Detective Gumshoe, please testify for the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant. Yes, sir. Officer Prince and Officer Bird had been going out for about half a year. Sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Maggie, Officer Bird, had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she'd bought over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him. Oh, those two sound like they were close. Nevertheless, tragedy struck. Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. Officer Prince had been going out for half a year. How do you know about this? Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Bird was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off. I got close, I take it. Actually, I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. If only I had gone on that trip. What is it? Oh, nothing, sir. Really? Anyway. Marriage. But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? What? You saying a guy's gonna marry someone the same age as himself, pal? And no, that's not what I meant at all. Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know. I think this fella has a ways to go before marriage. Mind your own business, pal. Day the incident. I just gotta trope an achievement that's literally just mind your own business, pal. I'm just pressing like I'm supposed to. Happened to be the victim's birthday. The day of the incident, you mean September 6th? Yeah. And the victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit. Huh, I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time. That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. Officer Bird had gotten Officer Prince a present. You seem to know a lot about the defendant. Well, that's because I'm a boss, and I've got to watch out for my subordinates. But even what she was going to give as a present? Isn't that going a bit too far? Hey, pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches their... I really don't need to know that much. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant, that should not be the point of discussion at this time. Whoa, wait a second. Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty, guilty, guilty. I should have you arrested. I think the good detective is about done here. Something she bought over 2 months ago. Over 2 months ago? Yep, she's a very considerate woman, pal. So, what was his birthday present? She got him a glove. A single glove? Why would she only give him one? Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove. Oh, I see, a baseball glove. Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove. Just now, I believe he said that the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago. Yeah. Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? No, nothing like that, pal. Then what is it like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Custom made? The glove was custom made. Yep, that's what I said. So the glove was custom made. Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to the case. Yes, it would seem that there is a little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to the case? Could very well be. I haven't saved. But I think it's relevant. I don't know where this will lead me, but... Of course it's relevant! That glove is the key to this whole case! Yes! Bluffing to the max! Now this is the Mr. Wright I know. I'm so happy you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great! Pressing people? Feels like I've done this before. As if I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people. Very well. If you're that convinced, then let's hear some more about the matter. Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And? Why did you say so earlier? Hurry and show the glove to the court. Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir. It's, rather yellow, isn't it? Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. I want to look at this glove. I think. Well, we got it into evidence, so I can see if there's any contradictions about it further. And that's why you had to special order it. Yep, that's right. That and one other reason. I think this court has heard enough. It is clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim? I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground. Yes, sir. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail, which the real killer could very well have just taken the hand and written it himself, because again, if the neck was snapped by the fall, he would have just died right then and there. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand. Yes, a perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. But can you really determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand? This is why amateurs are amateurs. We're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Continue? Scientific investigation in this country is actually pretty good. I believe it's time to go back to the real point. Agreed, Your Honor. So, what was the result of the investigation? Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. So, in the end, you couldn't confirm it. Hey, don't you look down on us! I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation. I've never heard that before. Me neither. Nor I. I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir. Okay, so I made it up. Anyway, you checked the victim's pointer finger. His pointer finger. You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces. Don't tell me it bothers you. Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal. In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct? Yeah, we figured there should be something on his finger if he had been writing in sand. And the results? Found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. And what does that prove? Well, it proves that he did write the name with his own finger. Yes, which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail. I guess he's right. And there's more. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. Scratches on his skin? Yep, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there. That's incredible. Sure is. That's the power of scientific investigation. Hey, tell me, is Emma helping you out with that? I don't know how much time has passed between the end, like between the end of the first one and the beginning of the second one, so Emma could very well be in there. They're so small that we had to use magnifying glass. Like, a really strong one. Got that really scientific sounding name. You mean a microscope? Yeah, that's it! We used one of those, and that's how we found him. I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is. There's plenty more, dude. From this, we can confirm the defendant wrote this name with his right hand. I forgot it. Dustin really wrote the message with his right hand. Do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present? Present? What about it? No, that looks like a right-handed glove. Wait. You throw the ball with your dominant hand in baseball. And you catch it with your non-dominant hand, right? Because the glove is on the other hand, because you can't really throw the ball with the glove. He's left-handed! Okay, I get it. Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this. That's the glove, right? Could you tell me in the court what is special about this glove? What's special? Never really thought about it, but, it's really yellow! And that's about it. Yes, it's really yellow, but that's only one of its qualities. Huh? There's another reason why it's special. And what would that be? It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. Left-handed? Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand. That's why it had to be custom made. I've never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale. Have you? Well, no. So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again? That's easy. Look, it's obvious from the picture that it was his... wait a sec. Don't forget that the victim was left-handed. Duh! I object! Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. Order! Order! What do you think about when you think about it that way? Yes. It is not possible that the name was written by the victim himself. Then that means Maggie is... No, it's not possible! Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent. Nah! All right, you did it, Mr. Wright! Whew, I feel like I can breathe again. It seems that we have reached a conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright. Me, Your Honor? Well, thank you, sir. See? You got complimented by the judge again. You're really good. And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir. Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire! I've now announced my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird. What more could you possibly have? You're more stubborn than a mule. You're more stubborn than I can be. That says something, because I can be very stubborn at times. No, not yet! I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne? prosecution is not finished yet. What do you mean? We would like to call our next witness to the stand. What? And what did this witness... The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit. What the heck? Order in the court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from the new witness. I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need more information. I'll see what I can find out during the recess. Can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here. Court is adjourned for recess. September 8th, 11:43 a.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby number 1. Amnesia?! I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on this one. It might actually kill me, rather than the thing that actually gave me amnesia. Come on! I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We could deal with mine later. For now, do you think you could fill me in on a few things? Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay. Really, I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. Welcome to the club! A lot of people have weird names. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card. I get this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There are some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. I guess for now we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. This case? Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, sir. Cell phone. Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up and tell me then. This might be very important. Okay, Roger! It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. It's the exact same tone, and why the hell is she wearing a blue Badger shirt? All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. And they assumed how the name was spelled and wrote the name. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up. But they never did. So where's the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! You're so mean! Maya! Hey! How you doing, girl? I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh, and what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. The heck is this? A list? Has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in, there's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Names list. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me! Where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday! Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be as forgetful old prune like you. Maya? Actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Guess I'll have all the pieces now. More or less. I'll just have to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get moving on. Yeah. I guess that means your training's done? September 8th, 11:54 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a little lenient on... There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Name? That's the guy who gave Phoenix his amnesia. Please state your name to the court for the court witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Oh, alright, go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the... Oh. Lovely, he's one of these assholes! Alright. Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk, would you prefer if he said taking a stride or dancing through the park? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrong. Sure, I suppose calling me university slow down, boy! Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I'll be more careful from now on. What is he? A human chatterbox? I have to question him. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course, university first rates need only apply. Yep, he's one of these assholes. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down, He's one of these assholes! Look, okay, let me get this straight. I get the whole, sticking to the man and all that stuff. There are some things that the government should not have any influence over. There is a little thing called, not being like this. Okay? You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. Not to mention, I think his head is so far up his ass that he can't even hear when someone's calling his name. I'm sorry, won't happen again. Oh, man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting. There's no such fucking thing. What the fuck is up with... If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. How about I call you a prissy-ass punk and leave it at that? Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were taking a strolling to the park, correct? It would appear that you were attached to that word, if you must, and by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. Oh, there are so many things I would love to say, but I feel like there's worse in store for me, so I may save it for then. If you must know, anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk to the park. See, you said it again. Taking a walk. You know, what you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington. Yeah, just please shut that mouth up, except for what you need to say, because I'm already sick of you. I was at that park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. Oh my god. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, I kinda like that face. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. You mean the glove? That was certainly decisive testimony. Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you had to say? How could you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yeah. And if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. So you were at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you, but then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name trashy? No, this might be a hard mush-headed... hard for a mush... Fuck you, how about that? I can't think of any comeback. How do you make a comeback from something like mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon? But I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please! Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. Hate? Hate? If this is the future of the country, y'all are doomed. That arrogant little snot. I don't remember the time all that well. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. I'm going to punch you. You're just, like, even when you first walked in the class, before you started talking even, you already had a punchable face, but now I want to punch it even more. His arrogance is really intolerable. So what should I do now? Answer the question. How did you know what time it was? I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. Oh, okay, forget punching. Fucking... Oh my god! You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you... As you can see, Mr. Wright, even in this picture of the crime scene. Oh. So it is. I looked at that clock and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept of... here we go. And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. In any case. Police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. And how did you know he was a police officer? You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning is. You have nothing in that head of yours that could even be considered deductive reasoning. All you have in there, as far as I'm concerned, is that stupid little monkey with the symbols going on. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself, and there he goes again. Oh, and I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey, Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet. I looked up and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? That's what the witness was just about to get to. Was he? Was he really? Because I think he was too busy demeaning every... I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. Really? Because I feel like I have to, in order to maybe, I don't know, get my words through to him? Because that thick-ass head of his is apparently covering his ears. Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court. And please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's alright with you. Of course I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. So you're sure you're not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with... I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. There's no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake. Of course, of course. Of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness? The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. The banana. Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas. Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick! He's gotta be lying about the bananas! He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else? If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, there's no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means, if we could somehow show he's lying, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick? Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas she saw, right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness... I mean, it's probably all three. But I'm gonna go with the second one because he mistook a baseball glove and bananas. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? How? What are you asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to... And... there he goes again. And that's why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 20 to 200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? Because they broke? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But, you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses to replace them. How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about a witness? You're an unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who reject... And there we... Fuck me, here we go again. Which boils down to you were not wearing glare glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the crime scene and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet! It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as I realized it, and threw shoot as soon as she... Fuck me. As soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when they made the call. Was it? They must have a lot of time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. I don't know, I was kind of hoping he's like, that girl is the murderer, and he's pointing to Maya. Okay. Fresh cross-examination. She ran away, just like that. Yeah, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He stated that the defendant is the culprit. This is true. Mr. Wright, I'm striking your question from the record. How can I get more information out of him? Immediately called the police station to report the crime. Immediately. As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did he not teach you that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Hey, Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Must have been 6:45 when I made the call. How do you know what time it was? That detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name. Hey pal, I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college. I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, the detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. What? Why you? You're just some lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond? So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m. And they got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of people in this country. I can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony. Why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. That is very helpful, Maya. Thank you. 6:28. You called that much time later? When you... What? Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The police was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Nah! Mr. Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Perhaps writing Maggie's name? Answer the question. Telephone. Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. Well, nah. I'm just, smashing the one I see before me. You must think you're really something special. Witness? I lost my cell phone! There! Are you happy? You lost it. Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Considering how highly you, how high of a pedestal you put yourself on, yes. And there it goes again. Enough! Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone. Nick, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Question further. Mr. Wellington, where's your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is. Oh. I see. Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Probably is. It's a burner phone, most likely. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? There is something. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you! You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present the proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. And yada yada, you have presented this course with obtuse meaningless item. Huh? It's obtuse and meaningless? Don't you get it at all, Nick? Why do you think you would need to look for a phone in the first place? Well, that's because I was looking at the evidence and it just hit me. I thought, hey, he really didn't have to look for a phone. Then why don't you hurry up and present that piece of evidence? There's a phone booth right there! It's quite simple. Actually, please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, there is something wrong with you. No! It's A phone booth. That's correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Order, order! What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That's reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet his phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. If she wasn't looking for his cell phone, but if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? I have an idea. There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you'll be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Okay, just in case. Yes, Your Honor. I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court with one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? His glasses? Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that! You almost gave me a heart attack. Good. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find? I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order, order! Now wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize is that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you indicating the witness as the real murderer? Of course, that's precisely what I'm doing. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out the cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah! This is so exciting watching you work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order, order! Your Honor! The defense is making a mockery of this court. I'm pretty sure you've done that enough already. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being a murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is M-A-G-G-E-Y, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground? But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie? Maggie! That's a good point. The witness didn't even know Miss Bird before this trial. I forgot. Is there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why you? How did you? Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there's some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murderer? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is M-A-G-G-E-Y, but the name that was written on the ground was M-A-G-G-I-E. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Order, order! But, Your Honor, the witness has a motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court the proof that witness had a motive. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list. These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group. What? Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse than crime than murder. You're one of those and here he goes again. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be such a refined man such as me? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of the group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That's why you had to kill. No, this is too much. I That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer. Your Honor! What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustified battery of the witness! You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please, let's think about the content of that phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird and get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? If he's part of the group, the guy was a police officer, he would have been fucked. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? He had just gotten off duty. So he was still in his uniform, he hadn't changed out yet. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. The girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they'd already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. Seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Jesus Christ. I've seen some freakouts I still think, like, we're only at the beginning of the second game. So far, the best freakout is Gaunt, but... Impressive! Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. And you're going to continue on with this shit. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence! Evidence! That guy is really creeping me. Oh, you've been waving around and talking about that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious cell phone number this. Suspicious congrats. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. The phone I lost. I've already found it. There's something called a burner phone, dipshit. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it's not mine, you simpleton. What? It feels so good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor! This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. A cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's gotta be. Maybe. Fingerprints on the phone. I got it! We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on the phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off! I what? You said there was sand all over it, so... Wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Uh-oh. Oh, it's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. She's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the number stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god! Now I remember! Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. How am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let it go at that? No. Please wait, Your Honor. All right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? So long as he can stop harassing me. Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Oh, boy. Do you fully understand? Yes. I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It comes down to this. It's go time. Please present one piece of evidence that will explain everything. This is the only thing I haven't shown. But why would that? Hand wrote my cell phone number on the back. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please, have one of mine. Fancy script, the ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't designed to be exchanging business cards. Your Honor, there's something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. Hmm? You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so. This is the first preparing something, Mr. Wright. We're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... You switched my cell phone, you bastard! What? Why is my phone? And what's with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Sure. No, it can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Look, I hate the guy, but we should get him to a hospital. He just strangled himself. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with this con artist group, he's become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding is Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. September 8th, 2:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That's, pretty bad. Wrong button. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, they called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? Well, what's worse is that my misfortune always seemed to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Oh, that's right. We were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently, too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. My glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head was that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah. After all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name. You bet! I'm gonna make it, I promise! Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Miss Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves, too. What a horrible day. I've got my memory back, but these are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. She really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask. Well, here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back! At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe, he's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. The judge, he's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered! This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick, let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since you came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon, 2 months ago. Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout, the end. New episode has been added, Reunion and Turnabout. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie? Finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. How the hell are we going to explain a possession murder? How the hell are we going to? Can't believe something like this happened. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. June 16th, 3:34 p.m. Brighton Co-Law Offices. What depressing rain. Who the fuck are you? Do you understand how depressed that makes me? Do you? I guess. but actually more than being depressed, I'm angry. Angry at that weather girl on TV. I think our little rainy spell will take a break with a day of sun. It's what the girl said. I'd stake my life on it. Well, it's the weather. But that's why I didn't bother to bring an umbrella today. What nerve calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. About your case. Unless you're planning on suing the weather girl. I'm sorry. I thought that before we got down to business, we could have some friendly chatter. My name is Dr. Turner Gray. I'm a surgeon. Might we never end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray's Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. Oh, you're the doctor at... It's really quite upsetting. Did you hear me? Upsetting! Yes, I heard you. I agree. It's quite upsetting, Dr. Gray. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It was her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. And yet, now listen good, and yet, that nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me, and this is the kicker. She up and has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. Smash, crunch, instantly transforming her car into an accordion model. Okay, so the nurse died in the crash. She was drugged. That's right. About a year ago, all the shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice and the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. There were rumors that Dr. Gray had actually caused the crash. People said it was to forever hide the person responsible for the malpractice incident. Why would I? Now, I'm just going to say this once. Why on earth would I want to kill that nurse? She's the one who killed those 14 patients, not me. I think you need to take a deep breath, Doctor, and focus. More to the point. This case is over a year old. Why bring it up now? That's simple. Because the situation is slipping out of my grasp. This just won't do. My clinic isn't seeing nearly as many patients nowadays. Do you understand what that means? It means they're not coming to my clinic. You don't say. For me, I don't think I'd want to go either. So, what would you like me to do about it? I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. You do realize I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right? No, this is something only you can do. Maya Fey. You know this girl, correct? Maya? Why would he know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Well, yes, I mean... Hey, wait a second here! I worked under her? Yes, am I wrong? She told me, so I'm not quite sure if... Well, we worked a few trials together. But she went back to her hometown to undergo more training. Ah, yes, I heard. It must be lonely for you. What? Wait, I'm not... She must be an extraordinary girl to handle such rigid training. Huh? I have an acquaintance who knows a lot about these mystical sorts of things. She's the one who introduced me to Miss Fey. Is Maya really that famous? And I've already set up an appointment. For... what? What else? A channeling! I'm going to have her call the spirit of that nurse that went and got herself killed. Oh! Maya, I wonder what she's up to right now. We, the women of the Fey clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because of the power that to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. That's what she told me. I guess she's learned to accept her responsibilities and become an adult. And not counting training, this will be her first time channeling a spirit. So she gave me one condition before accepting my request. A condition. The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said that she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me. And that is why I've searched you out. You want to see her too, don't you? And so, that's how I ended up visiting Maya's hometown with the doctor. June 19th, 1:55 p.m., Crane Village. So this is Crane Village, Maya's hometown. Huh. Hello, you're a little cutie. Why, hello there. What an odd little girl. Hey, wait up, Pearly! Someone else is coming this way. Nick! Maya! How are you? It's good to see you again. Wow! I didn't think you'd really show up! It's not that big a deal. You made it sound like you were so far away. Well, maybe I exaggerated. Just a little bit. It was only 2 hours by train. If I had known you were this close, I'd have visited more. No, you're not allowed. I already decided, you know. Until I become an adult, I have to work hard and be strong by myself. Oh, well. Anyway, congratulations. I'm glad to hear training is going well for you. Hello, Maya. It's nice to see you again. Also, I'm guessing when you said Pearly, you were talking about the little girl that walked by. Well, that's where we're going to end the episode. We'll start talking to Maya in the next one. So, till then, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.